registered.
Yeah, I saw the girl today who presented for Walmart. Yeah,
Yes.
I was watching class and thought I probably gonna watch it. I was watching.
Everybody's like, yeah, I watched it. The key is to do your work. But yes, so we are live. We are registering everybody. You have your presentations next week. I'm going to keep this simple. Any questions you have for your 2 classes?
Me?
Yeah. Or anybody else?
I should tell you guys, everybody, you should get registered if you plan on getting that stimulus. I'm just saying.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, just to get all the heads up.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
You just said it. That's what made me.
Get registered tonight. Is it tonight? Or is it by next week?
I think the thing said that it said had an application in for stimulus by October 20th or 22nd. One of those.
Because I heard the $300 is if you were on
tomorrow.
the 15th.
Yeah, if you do it by the 15th, you get $300.
So is it $300 or is it $1,500?
No, so look, it's a difference. The
Okay.
$300 goes off our bill. I think that's a separate thing.
They'll mail you a check if you're overpaid.
They gave us 3 options. They said you can take it off your bill this semester, or you can take it off your bill for spring, or you can just get a payout, which is probably going to be like direct deposit or check.
And the key is to check off every class here.
Yeah.
Which I'm watching it live here. And yes, presentations actually. What's your mental health disorder you're presenting on?
I might do PTSD.
PTSD. That's trauma has a ton of research. And then what about, where did you observe for the other class? And
I want the truth. I might still have to get that done.
That's fine.
Because look, I got something I want to share.
Okay.
But does it have to be like PG-13? It's really a good experience for real.
No, you can make it kind of fun.
I'm just telling you right now. No, I'm saying right now. I went to the gas station.
Okay.
And I went to go buy some boxes of blunts.
Yeah.
They tried to cheat me on my money.
Did they really?
No, like seriously. She said, so look, I only got 2 boxes. The boxes are $15 a piece.
Okay.
And she bring it up 3 times, right? So it came out to be $45 instead of $30. But I only had 2 boxes.
That's a big difference.
Right. I'm like, these boxes only $15 a piece. So I'm like, how is my total 45? And I know I come in here like regularly every day and get this. Like, I know what my total is.
Did she try to fight you?
No, she was like, no. She was like, no, the boxes are 20 a piece, right? The next lady, they're like, no, that's not right. They come in here all the time. They get the same thing. They could be like $35. So she goes in the bag, get the boxes, she rings them up and these are 15. She's like, you scanned it an extra time. Then the lady walks off and didn't say anything, no type of sorry, none of that. Then she gave me my change. I gave her $50. She said it was 45. No, I gave her the exact amount. She didn't give me no change back. Like, I'm like, I know that box is only $15. Like, how you gonna try to cheat me on my money?
Okay.
She ain't say no sorry or nothing. Like, it's an accident, but like, you're trying to tell me no. Then somebody corrects you.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And you think it might have been, that can work. And if you do another one, that's good too. Like when you go eat at Perkins or
Yeah, I
Fisher's.
thought about going out Sunday, probably like going to Texas Roadhouse or something.
Or Chick-fil-A, like that example was. And just seeing the, like.
Yeah, like, I need to be more detailed, more explained. That was just one situation that happened.
But you can use that one too. You can do both. I just want to make sure you guys are getting. And the point is knowing
the field observation, that's the point.
As social workers, we're going to deal with all kinds of diversities. We're going to see every race, gender, religion, and all of those. So just preparing yourself how you react when you encounter a different race, gender, or religion, or whatever. Right. Okay. Cool. Okay.
See you Tuesday.
Yeah, sounds good. Hello. All right, so we are finishing up chapter 5. So just some of the stuff in early childhood. I know you guys, I want to give you time to register because that seems to paramount. But email me any questions you have about your presentation. Some of you want to go early with PTSD. You could do Erickson stages of development. So in 2 to 3 years, we're at autonomy versus doubt, or 3 to 5 years is the preschool age. And so you have initiative versus guilt. Like you have kids that will start feeling guilty early. And major differences between ages 1 and ages 5, we saw 3 Mountain and the kids that do the different measurements, but it was parenting styles. So that's kind of where we left off. And with parenting styles and a lot of different videos and some of our next paper, I want to make sure you guys have this stuff. So, parenting style, and there's some good ones in the videos. So I wanted this one to show you the 5 different parenting styles, and let's get that moving.
In theory, there are only 4 styles of parenting. Authoritarian parents are controlling and demand obedience without considering the child's point of view. Permissive parents are loving but don't exert any control. There are no rules. Authoritative parents are firm but loving. They encourage independence within limits. Neglecting parents are uninvolved and often uninterested in their own child. Recently, a 5th style was proposed, but we will come back to that later. The styles range from controlling and demanding to complete freedom, and from cold and unresponsive to loving and receptive. Each authoritative, permissive, authoritarian, and neglectful parents have their place. To understand what it means to grow up with parents from each end of the spectrum, we can imagine the lives of 4 children. Sarah's parents are authoritarian. They love their girl, but they believe that strict rules are important to make Sarah become well-behaved and fit into society. If Sarah cries, she's told to stop. If she talks back, she is sent to the corner for time out. If she forgets to take care of her chores around the house, she is not allowed to play with her toys. Sarah learns that suppressing her emotions and following her duties is the way to get through the day. To get the love of her parents and to avoid making them upset, she becomes obedient. However, because Sarah was never allowed to decide for herself or follow her intrinsic interests, as an adult, she doesn't know what she really wants. She begins living a life that seems perfect to her parents and society, but might leave her unhappy on the inside. Permissive parents, like those of Peter, enjoy their little boys so much that they believe they should fulfill all his wishes, give him full freedom, and never say no. Peter enjoys full control over his parents and gets whatever he wants. If he doesn't want to walk, he'll be carried. If he wants ice cream he gets. If he wants to play games, he'll be playing them all night. Peter grows up completely without borders and does whatever he thinks is right. He never coped with conflict. He did not learn to control his emotions. The fact that he always got what he wanted made him a bad loser. As he grows older, he often acts inconsiderate and doesn't know his limits. Arthur's authoritative parents respect their child's needs and believe that kids need freedom within certain limits. Arthur can freely play, but when he's done, he needs to help tidy up. He is allowed to eat ice cream, but only on Sundays. Screen time is limited to 30 minutes a day. There may be conflict, but the parents listen to what Arthur has to say and then lay down the rules. Arthur learns that some things are difficult, but his parents give him all the support he needs to get through it. He develops the strength to endure hardships and to continue following his interests and passions. In class, he bravely expresses his own opinions in an appropriate manner. During breaks, he can show his emotions and act freely. As an adult, he agrees to rules only after they have been discussed and he feels like he understands them. Neglectful parents are usually not present in their children's life. Nora often feels completely alone in the world. She experiences full freedom to do anything she wants to and has plenty of imagination, but she never receives any feedback or even attention. Nora realizes that it doesn't matter what she does because no one cares anyway. The lack of attention leads to a lack of trust in herself and others. She becomes insecurely attached, unable to form healthy relationships, and develops a negative image of herself. To stop feeling unworthy of love, she tries not to feel anything at all. In recent years, over-involved parents who are present in every aspect of their child's life are often referred to as the fifth style. These parents are also known as snowplows, removing obstacles out of their kids' path, or helicopter parents who hover about and micromanage every aspect of their child's life. Since they won't let their children do anything alone, the children can't learn to overcome challenges by themselves. Research infers that these children don't like to solve difficult problems, lack perseverance, and may even procrastinate in protest when something requires a lot of effort. Since most research on parenting is based on self-reports and was done in the US and Europe, it is not clear how strongly the observed effects will hold up in observational experiments or in other parts of the world. The 4 parenting styles were first introduced by psychologist Diana Baumrind. For good parenting, she advised balance of demandingness and responsiveness. Add to that the wise words of Maria Montessori to never help a child with a task at which he feels he can succeed, and parents should do pretty well. What do you think? Should parents resort to a specific style, or should they decide what's best to do in a given situation, as long as they don't neglect or abuse their child? To download this video without background music and learn more about the topic, visit sproutschools.com. For a free masterclass on attachment parenting, see the link in the description below.
All right, so those are a few of the different parenting styles. And I like the one with the different movies. So they'll take clips from which type of parent are you. So you can get a feel for what you're doing with your parenting style. Oftentimes it's what we grew up with. So here's 5 ways your childhood affects your parenting.
Hey Psych2Goers, welcome back to another Psych2Go video. Childhood can arguably be the most important phase of your life. Have you ever wondered what your life would have been like if your parents did things differently? Your childhood experiences shape you for the rest of your life. That includes your parenting if you do plan to have kids. The problem is, many parents often don't realize that the things they do will have an impact on their child. Before we begin, we would like to make a disclaimer that this video contains discussions regarding child abuse and physical abuse. With that being said, here are 5 ways your childhood affects your parenting. 1. Harsh reaction. When a child is upset, many parents tend to react harshly. For example, The parent might show disapproval and say things like, "Stop crying, there's nothing to be upset about." Their aim is to show their child that they care and don't want them to be upset. However, the child might not perceive it that way, and instead they might feel like their feelings are invalid. What does this have to do with the child's future parenting skills? In a study done by SRCD, it was found that children shared the same type of reactions as their parents when they become adults. 2. Obsession. Abuse during childhood can be detrimental towards a person's mental health. Studies done by PsychNet concluded that as a result of child abuse, they often obsess themselves with the lives of others as a form of escape from their trauma. When carried into adulthood, these obsessions can lead to stalking and being abnormally involved in a child's life. This over-involvement results in a significant lack of trust and possible hate between parent and their child. 3. Physical abuse. Physical abuse as a child can often lead one to feel helpless and depressed. While most seek medical and therapeutic help, some victims turn to take power. The only way for them to feel normal again is by becoming the abuser, and their past helps them justify their actions to do so. The Wiley Online Library conducted a study where they found that it is very likely for childhood abuse to result in a victim becoming an abuser. If not treated, this cycle of abuse can branch out and affect the lives of more than one person. 4. Cycling what you see. Cycles are the result of most childhood experiences.